Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Harold here, Figuremania Show. Hope you guys are doing well wherever you are in the world. And in today's video, we are taking a look at Hiya Toys Wonder Festival 2025 Stylus version of Godzilla Evolved and Shimo translucent version. And man, these figures look really good having them in hand. Now, before I go any further, I want to give a special shout out and thank you to Kowkis Toy for sending me out these figures for review. They were at the show and they took a lot of awesome photos and things. And right now, these two figures are available on Kowkis Toy. They are in stock right now. You can use my promo code Figuremania-kowkis to get 6% off. Now, let's continue with the review of these two amazing looking figures. Let's first start off with Shimo, and Shimo is looking absolutely fantastic. I thought Hiya Toys couldn't do a better job at this figure already, but I think they pulled it off in terms of the paint. Like there is a slight difference in the paint. It's got more of like a bluish fluorescent type paint on this figure this time around as opposed to the standard one. And of course, all the spikes here are translucent this time around. You know, you can see that there's like a subtle hints of blue. Let me just adjust the camera. So this wasn't present in the standard one, okay, but it is present on this figure, and you can tell just by, you can see just where my finger is, like it's very translucent. Let me just bring out a flashlight so I can show you guys. And probably not the best flashlight to use this, but it's translucent nonetheless. Okay, so very nice. So the details are just as crisp. So beautiful. I like the translucent plastic of Shimo this time around. And let's look at the tail. So let me just adjust the camera, and as you can see, it's got like more of like that bluish, purplish, like that mixed fluorescent type paint, and it's very nice. This is also transparent, so this is very cool. So just to give you guys an idea of the differences, let me bring out the standard version so you guys can see a side-by-side comparison. And here is the side-by-side comparison with the standard one and the new one. As you can tell, you can see there's like a, you know, just a tint of blue this time around on this Shimo, and even like the crystal that supports the stand is different this time around. I mean, this one is still it's translucent, but this one is translucent and it's just colored differently. But it's the same exact sculpt. I mean, both figures are the same exact sculpt. So let me just turn it around. If you can see right away the differences in the spikes on the back. This one here just looks a lot better, and the tail doesn't look like, on camera it doesn't look like there's much of a difference in the tail, but in person you can see that, you know, this one is, you know, it's a translucent material, and this one is not. So very cool. I think Hiya Toys did a phenomenal job with this one. So if you guys can see here on the leg, okay, it's got like that touch of blue, like a blue tint to it, whereas this one it does not. Okay, but both look great, but I like this color scheme more on the new one. There's like, even like for on the heads, let me just zoom in closer on the heads. If you guys can see the differences. So even like the differences, you know, in the spikes, it just really gives like a different feel of the figure. So same exact sculpting as I said earlier and things. They changed a little bit like the paint and the inside of the mouth. I actually prefer the details of the mouth in the standard one as opposed to this one. This one's like the new one's like a little bit flatter. Okay, but everything else like outside the figure is just it really stands out. It really pops a little bit more than the standard one. Okay, but in terms of like the detail in the mouth, I think the standard one has like the better paint app there. So now let's take a look at Godzilla Evolved. And this figure, like the paint app and everything on this figure looks fantastic. I mean, it really outshines the standard one. But there is one small nitpick that I have on this figure. I will show you guys that in a moment. But let's just take a look at the overall paint app on this figure, and I think it just looks phenomenal. Really like this. Now, some might think that you know, it's just a little bit too much, but you know, for what it is and for the price point, I think this is good, and especially it really pops more than the standard version. So let's just zoom in a little bit more so you can see like they painted the lines in and things like when he's charging up, and that detail is there, which is really cool. I really like it, and it's consistent throughout the body. So it's in the tail, okay, and on the legs, in the inner part, okay, on his body, on his arms, his hands. So this is very cool. Okay, now this figure is also has translucent you know, plastic on it, but this figure, however, is not as translucent as you might want it to be, because you know, the new Hiya Evolved Godzilla that's coming at the beginning of next year, it's supposed to be more translucent than this figure, but it is translucent nonetheless. Let me just I have a more powerful light this time, so let me show you so you guys can see like the light passing through it. So that's pretty cool. So it is a little bit more transparent, okay, and because the standard one is not transparent at all. Okay, but this is cool. I really like this. So let me bring out the standard one so we can compare and contrast. So here are both versions, and you can see that one pops more than the other. There's just better paint app on the body than the standard one, especially like the blending of the paint on the dorsal fins. This one's done really well, if you can see that. Okay, so it's very good, same exact sculpt and everything. Now let's look at my one nitpick of this figure. Okay, so on the standard one, you know, you can see the eyes at least, right? I mean, they're very small on this figure to begin with, but on this new one, let me just zoom in closer and adjust the lighting. So what they did, all they did basically is just apply the paint over the entire area where the eye goes, so you can barely see where his eye is in the new one, and that's a bit of a shame. I would have much prefer if they just you know, colored in that little his eye purple, not just fill in that whole area. I know what they were going for is they were going for that, like that glow, that glowing effect, but it's just not well executed here in figure form. It would have been much better if they just would have painted just the eye itself that paint, that color, instead of like the whole area where his eye is. So that's my only nitpick, but everything else on this figure looks great. And having all four figures together, I think this looks fantastic. So if you guys are into collecting the Stylus series, this would look fantastic on the shelf. So guys, let me know what you guys think in the comment sections. Are you keen on picking up the new Stylus figures, the brand new ones, or are you not? Is there anything that you like about them? Anything that you don't like? Again, for me, you know, my only nitpick for Godzilla, the new one, is just that they overdid the eye. It looks like he's wearing too much eyeshadow, I think, or something, you know, or makeup. But in terms of the Shimo figure, no complaints here. I mean, I think you know, it's slightly better because of the paint app and things. It's better than this one. Nothing wrong with the standard one, but for me, I feel this one pops a little bit more. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will check you guys in the next video. Take care, everybody.